The Shibuya incident has a lot of big players, from Gojo to Sukuna to Kenjaku, but one of the fan favorites is this man right here, Toji Fushiguro, to the point where one thing fans love to do is wonder who Toji would have beaten in a fight if he hadn't taken the expressway out of Shibuya beforehand. And that includes pitting him against Sukuna, who at the time had 15 fingers worth of power at hand. So this kinda got me thinking, since Sukuna's power can be measured in fingers from 1 to 20, what's the strongest version of Sukuna that Toji could defeat? Also, this video is sponsored by Gojo vs Makima, the animation. More about that at the end of the video. And if you enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, the easiest way to measure how Toji compares to Sukuna is through speed, mostly because we just have more direct comparison. The one that people always bring up is in chapter 111 when Toji drags Megumi outside, and Megumi, shocked at how fast it happens, compares it to Sukuna when they fought in season 1. He says Toji might be even faster. Now, when Sukuna fought Megumi, he had 3 fingers worth of power at the time, so just off that, Toji is bare minimum equivalent to 3 Sukuna's fingers in terms of speed. But that's not all. We get a lot more information on this matchup later in the manga, past where the anime is so far left off. In a short battle between Sukuna, Maki, and Yuji, Sukuna isn't able to go all out with his curse technique, so he's forced to rely on hand-to-hand combat, giving us a great sense of comparison. In this fight, both Maki and Yuji perform relatively the same, while Sukuna is able to fight each of them off. He's also able to evade them pretty well, but it has to be noted that he isn't speed blitzing either of them. They're able to keep up in the fight, they're just having trouble landing blows. Maki especially is shown being able to chase Sukuna down, so she isn't significantly slower. While Sukuna is definitely faster, Maki wasn't far behind in this fight. And it's worth noting that at this point, in terms of physical ability, Maki is Toji's equal, so we can't apply her feats here to Toji. So from this information, we can probably say that in terms of speed, Toji is like 10 to 13 Sukuna's fingers worth. So is this enough to say that the strongest version of Sukuna that Toji can possibly beat would be roughly, at most, 13 fingers worth of power? Well, no, that's just in terms of speed. We also have to consider durability and strength, since Toji ain't winning a fight where he gets one shot and can't do any damage. Well, again, we can compare to Maki, who was able to take a punch from 15-finger Sukuna. She was clearly hurt by it, but she spit up some blood and continued fighting without any trouble. She was also able to land a blow on his face, and while the damage wasn't significant in any way, he was clearly hurt by it. And this is just hand-to-hand combat. Toji, with his equipment, is a lot deadlier. If Maki was able to even make a dent in his face with that punch, then Playful Cloud, which significantly scales on the wielder's physical strength, is definitely doing major damage. After all, in Season 1, Maki went from not doing any damage to Hanami to using Playful Cloud and making a notable wound in their arm. Toji can also make up for the disadvantage in speed with the flyheads to give him cover and the chain of 1,000 miles to close the distance quickly. However, Toji's other tools aren't that handy in this fight. The inverted Spear of Heaven is easily one of the best curse tools in the series given its ability to negate curse techniques. But that isn't really useful if the technique he needs to block is invisible, like Sukuna's cutting techniques. Although it would be useful against Sukuna's fire attacks, I'll give him that. Another weapon of Toji's is the Soul Split Katana, which is arguably his most powerful weapon. Since it attacks the soul instead of the body, it sorta just bypasses durability. It probably operates on similar principles to Mahito's technique, Idol Transfiguration. If that's the case, the only way to really defend against it is to directly reinforce your soul with cursed energy, which maybe Sukuna could do. Maybe knowing the contours of one's soul like Sukuna should would make that easier. I mean, Nanami pulls that off on instinct, and I think we all know who the more skilled sorcerer is between them. There's a lot of speculation involved, but it could at least probably deal some damage to Sukuna. Although even if it does just straight up work on Sukuna, none of this means Toji just beats Sukuna at his best. This becomes a lot more difficult for Toji the moment we bring in domain expansion. Normally, a domain expansion would be nothing to Toji. It's part of of what makes him so deadly to sorcerers. He can just choose to opt out of a domain, and the sure hit effect doesn't even apply to him. However, that is not the case when it comes to Malevolent Shrine, because Malevolent Shrine incorporates Sukuna's Dismantle technique, which targets things that don't have cursed energy. And because his domain expansion isn't a closed barrier, I really doubt that Toji would just be left out of it. It's not exactly creating a separate space or blocking anything off, he would just be in it, I think. Who knows, maybe that'll get proven later. For now, I'm gonna go on the assumption that Malevolent Shrine would work on Toji. And in that case, he has no chance against 15-finger Sukuna. Without it, it's a high diff fight where maybe he can just barely pull out a win by making all of the right choices. But it's over the minute domain expansion comes into play. So with everything we know, the win condition here is being able to quickly close the gap on Sukuna and bashing his head in with Playful Cloud. And then just doing that over and over until he dies. Which is why I went into the speed scaling so much earlier in the video. Ballpark estimate here, but if Toji is fighting Sukuna with like 7 fingers or below, he can probably win just like that. Although based on the scaling of Maki and Yuji versus Sukuna, you can argue that Maki was contributing more than Yuji in this fight, since Sukuna agreed with Urame's decision to focus her in their attack. So maybe in that case, 8 or 9 fingers. Any other claims I could make on this fight would be riddled with speculation. Like, you could also make an argument for Toji defeating stronger versions of Sukuna through his durability. Not only is Toji durable, he also has curse resistance through his heavenly restriction. The problem that then comes into play is how good is this curse resistance? But power isn't the issue here, it's the fact that Sukuna counters a lot of the advantages that Toji normally has in a fight against sorcerers. So with what we have, I'm giving the upper limit of what Toji can safely handle 7 to 9 fingers worth of Sukuna's power. Although I would argue that number goes much higher if we remove Malevolent Shrine from the equation. But hey, that's just all my take. You're welcome to disagree, which you can voice in the comments below. And if you liked the video, do be sure to like and subscribe. But before signing off, it's time to talk about this video's sponsor, me. I already made a video talking about it, but for the past few months, I have been producing an animation of Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen versus Makima from Chainsaw Man. One of the coolest matchups of modern shonen, and it's our intention to show it. It'll be in traditional 2D animation as you're all used to with both shows, and this is backed by some amazing animators that I have brought onto the project. But unfortunately, we can't do this alone, so if you want to support the project, sign up for the Patreon to get a look behind the scenes like character sheets, storyboards, and all kinds of fun stuff. Or if you want to donate a specific amount, we also have a Ko-Fi available, links in the description below. If this all sounds cool to you, be sure to check them out and keep up with the updates. Also, shout out to our Honored 1 tier patrons, Sage, Hardy Hologram, Golden Dom. Thank you so much for your support. But that's the video, so take care and have a good one.